This clip is brought to you by Mark Bell Slingshot. This gear is made for lifters by lifters. Enjoy this clip.
Is the natty or not call out, does it confer any benefit to the world that we're in? Because we see people succeed regardless. I think what's more important is open discussion about androgens. So I'm not entirely sure that the natty or not call outs are good or bad, but I think the more that we just discuss it and its use, and there's hormone therapy, and it's much more widely attainable and understandable, we can begin to say, I want to be natural, or I want to try this. Mm-hmm. There's risk. Obviously, we all know this now. We don't have just idiots just peddling bullshit information because they're the only ones who are willing to speak. They're only crazy enough to speak. We have people with actual information. Like, Derek changed the fucking game, and he took, you kind of were the first to just be like, hey, fuck it, I'm going to tell the truth. And Derek went, okay, well, let me explain these things to people, because why don't we talk about it? There's really no point in not talking about it. The only reason people wouldn't is because they feel like it might damage their careers, or the idea that they work hard, and so on and so forth. So that video of the Liver King is what I brought up. And I think like that's an important discussion, right? And I felt when you guys had Mike on and he was kind of going in circles and saying all these different things, like I really wanted to drive home like the importance of just like opening it up to everyone, rather and just being truthful around these things. No matter what, we'll never be able to prove somebody is on or off drugs or whatever the excuse is, even at the Olympic level, even in sports that are tested. And this is, you talked about the difference between Russians or typically good countries versus the US. And this is something that we face a lot. And I actually have a reasonable kind of explanation of that if you care to hear it.
Go for it.
Before we skip to this, though, because again,
because I feel like I ignored that. That's why I was.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Russians.
Not just the Russians, but
yeah. Well, we'll know what we're getting to. The thing is like it is important to talk about androgens and all of this, but the thing is that within the lifting community, anybody that looks quite impressive there's a video that's then made about them, and then all the community is like, oh, this person's on drugs. The lifting community, it's interesting because I don't think we understand the amount of genetic diversity that, number one, there is throughout the world, and the types of people that are in different places. Because Greg has made Natty or Not, like I've mentioned the one that he made about Russ Swole, which he made initially, and then he came back and made a video later about, actually, because in the video where he said Russ Swole was on drugs, Greg's like, there's 99.99% he's on something. Right? And his audience, whatever. And then he realized this is actually a powerlifter who gets drug tested all the time. And then he came back and he went behind and he's like, okay, he's that 1%, that 1%. And he's made videos where he's made those types of mistakes before. But the thing is he will take any physique that seems a bit too impressive, and then he'll purport that physique as being definitely not natural, definitely genetically gifted, and definitely on drugs.
Right.
And everybody will pile on behind that. Whereas that is very dangerous.
Yeah.
That is if somebody, and I get it, because there have been so many people that, like, I think Cali Muscle came out later and said he was on stuff, but I don't think anyone was surprised. But before, he was saying he was natural. And there are people that are doing that, and that is fucked up. But the thing is,
but there's a difference between calling it like things like that and what Greg was doing was like, anyone that is even good looking, he's going to be like, he's natural. He's not natural. He's genetically gifted. There's a difference between the two.
Yeah. And again, it's like the physiques, the people that are typically chosen within this are, number one, people that have great followings because it's going to get clicks. But these are also people that's like, well, they don't look like they're crazy roided out, but I'm just going to call them out because, well, they look like they could be. So let's say that they're probably on something,
odds are.
And everyone's going to, because of the culture we've created with this natty or not thing, everyone's just going to say, of course, that's a fake natty.
Right.
Right. And we were talking about this on the podcast prior. man, look at the NFL. If anybody chose to just come into the lifting community from the NFL, they'd be fucking huge. They blow records out of the water. And it's just, it's very odd how we can take this speculation. And one of the things you mentioned, we're looking for truth. Well, this speculation is purported as truth. People take those videos and they're like, this is fact. This is the truth. Greg's spitting it as it is. He's being truthful with me, and he uses those words during his videos. I've been very keen on how he words things. I just want to be honest with you guys. I just want you guys to know the truth. Where it's breeding this thing where it's like, oh yeah, Greg's the guy who's going to tell me the truth, and then this guy he's making a video on, that's a fake natty liar. It's dangerous, especially when you're not actually right. It's fucked up.
Right. So in weightlifting, the only thing we can go off of is past or failed drug tests. That's it. Everything else is all speculation, and you're going to kill yourself over the goddamn speculation. And that's what I've learned after considering and pondering this. You know how I always talk about, I kind of started this episode with saying that if I'm upset about something and I want to start barking about it, I'll actually go and do more research and find out why I'm upset. And this is one of the things of two. The other one is like charlatans on the internet, but this one, doping and weightlifting, is one of those things.
Hey, I know you guys enjoyed the video, so like, comment, subscribe, and head to the Power Project Discord below. Talk to y'all later.